The world we inhabit is not as free, or certain, or safe as you might think. The things that you believe to be unassailably evident are little more than shadows dancing behind a curtain, a masquerade crafted and dutifully upheld by an organization known as the Foundation. The file you are about to hear contains containment procedures, descriptions, testing logs, historical and in some cases first-hand accounts of the anomalous objects the Foundation serves to secure, contain, and protect. Its contents have been thoroughly scrutinized by the Ethics Committee and approved by the O5 Council for release to trusted associates of the Foundation. This is SCP Unredacted. Welcome, O5-6. O5-7 sent you a file to review. Access file. Yes. Accessing file. SCP-5760. Item number. SCP-5760. Object class. Safe. Special containment procedures. SCP-5760 is currently being held within the dry item storage wing of Site-19. Access to SCP-5760 is limited to those with Level 4 clearance. Description: SCP-5760 is a mummified body discovered beneath Site-19 during expansion efforts. Carbon dating shows that SCP-5760 is approximately 40,000 years old. Despite its extreme age, SCP-5760 is remarkably intact. While it was found encased in stone, it appears as if it had been preserved in ice. Traces of ink have been found within SCP-5760's inner left wrist, indicating that SCP-5760 had a tattoo at some point, although it's been rendered unreadable through decay. Any damage made to SCP-5760 repairs at an extremely rapid pace, with a large cut to the abdomen during an attempted autopsy fully closing itself within 15 seconds. The nervous system of SCP-5760, however, is fully intact and functional. Brain scans taken of SCP-5760 show that despite its state, it is still fully conscious. It is unknown exactly how much SCP-5760 is able to perceive in its otherwise desiccated state. No further anomalies have been found associated with SCP-5760. Addendum A-1. When SCP-5760 was recovered, it was found clutching an extremely aged piece of paper. Due to the age of the paper, it's been rendered nearly unreadable. Restoration efforts are currently underway. O5-7 has attached 2 files to SCP-5760. Access files. Yes. Accessing materials. Displaying file 1 of 2. DNA analysis results of SCP-5760, 26 October 2019. Following the discovery of SCP-5760's working nervous system, Foundation researchers performed a DNA analysis. Once the results had been found and put within the Foundation network, it was immediately flagged as a Level 5 high-threat document, and an automatic protocol deployed MTF Alpha-1 Red Right Hand to the site. The official story, the ones even you and the other O5s received, was that it was, as initially thought, just an error. It was not. At face value, the results are almost entirely benign, nothing out of the ordinary. However, they were flagged because they showed an exact match with a member of the O5 Council, specifically O5-4. I don't know what he's been up to, but this, along with the second file I've attached, shows me that right now we can't trust him. I know you can keep a secret, 6. O5-4 doesn't even know that this exists, and I want it to stay that way. And see if you can find anything out about this Wondertainment. Displaying file 2 of 2. Restored document 5760-909. Wow, by popular demand, we've brought back a brand new set of Little Misters, a limited edition collection from Dr. Wondertainment. Find them all and become the brand new Mr. Collector. Mr. Prologue, Mr. Dark, Mr. Remembrance, Mr. Toxic, Mr. Collector, Mixed Voltage, Gears, Mr. Memory, Mr. Nobody, Mr. Brainy, Ms. Seraph, Mr. Chronal and Mr. Dimension, Mr. Fish, and Mr. Epilogue. Thank you for listening to this podcast. If you like what you hear, follow the link in the description to patreon.com/scpunredacted and help support me by becoming a patron for as little as $3 a month. You can get access to production logs, merchandise, recognition, and even a part in a skip. Regardless of tier, all patrons get early access to every single episode. I don't have the talent it takes to write a skip. All I do is read. Original authors make this podcast possible, so credit to the original author. Their links in the description. Show them some love as well. Consider becoming a member of the SCP Wiki. Upvote their work and maybe write a skip of your own. Maybe I'll read it here someday. You never know if you never try. The content of this podcast and content relating to the SCP Foundation, including the SCP Foundation logo, is licensed under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0, and all concepts originate from scpwiki.com and its authors. This recording, being derived from this content, is hereby also released under Creative Commons Sharealike 3.0.